You need to get outside more. Do some playing outside.
Yeah, you can build things out. You could build a fort outside.
What?
Yeah, build a fort. Play with your friends and have...
Make a fort outside?
Yeah.
And do what?
Have little...
Do what in the fort?
When I was a kid, we used to build tree houses and play with sticks.
Nobody plays with sticks.
You and Charlotte can have a lemonade stand.
Play kick the can.
Look for dead bodies.
That's fun. That's fun to do.
Get a tire and then just take a stick and run down a street with it.
Nobody does that crap. It's 2012.
You don't need technology.
No technology.
Charlotte, put that down.
Hi everybody, I'm Peter Travers and this is Popcorn, where we tell you what is happening at the movies. And if you want to laugh at the movies and you want to feel just a little bit uncomfortable too, you've got to see Judd Apatow's This Is 40 starring Paul Rudd. Some people say they are the same person. I don't know that myself, so that's why they're both here. Paul,
Right.
Judd, welcome.
Thank you.
I don't think you've ever really, outside of the business, been seen in the same room together, so this is kind of great.
That's true.
This is camera tricks.
Camera
Right now, Judd is in Los Angeles and I'm in New York. This is done through a series of
I'm not here at
dry
all.
ice and mirrors.
Yeah. Well, what is it? What is it like to be this man's alter ego? I mean, you've done it twice, probably
Yeah.
more times than I even know. There are probably things you've played
In
that
private.
Really is. Yeah, in private.
Sometimes I just
Yeah.
go over and eat
Yeah.
dinner at his house while he's not there. And, I don't know. But do you think that I'm your alter ego?
I always think of it as like a bizarre Frankenstein monster morph of all of our worst attributes. Some good ones, but I always think of it as a combo leaning more Paul. But maybe I'm just rationalizing.
Really? I wouldn't have said that.
Well, you got to do it. So, because I don't really have charisma or abs.
Well, you've just named two things that I don't have.
Well, then what are both of you doing on
I am. It's weird because I keep getting asked this question too. Like, is it strange to work on this movie where I'm opposite your wife, I'm playing the father to your kids, and you're standing 10 feet away, and I think the only thing that's like weird maybe is that it isn't weird at all. Like, I'm so used to it, I think, at this point, and we've worked together now several times, so it doesn't feel uncomfortable or strange, and I think that like anything, you work with people more than once, you start to approach the material and all this stuff from the same point of view. I think that Judd doesn't necessarily need to finish the sentence. I know where he's going with it.
And I'm assuming, though, that the hemorrhoid in the movie is a
That's all
makeup.
Judd.
Was it
based on
Judd?
me.
And it was just transferred to you.
Oh yeah, I've only had one of those in my life, and I was like, oh my God, this is what my dad used to talk about, and then it never happened again. I was very happy, and I used a product, and
it was over.
And it was over.
And yet you made it grist for the mill.
Exactly. But thank God for that hemorrhoid.
Right, yeah,
That hemorrhoid paid for my kid's school.
That's a scene that stays with everyone when they see the movie.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or not,
Well, I don't
think
know.
that's
There was that thing that we were that was something that in kind of writing the script, later on, we were laughing about this idea that would happen. Then Judd wrote it into the movie, and I remember thinking oh, this is funny. Like, it would be very funny. And when you're kind of doing these things, I think of it in the context of the movie and the character. So I have no shame by any means, and there's no way you can have any kind of vanity if you're doing any of this stuff. But I do remember shooting that scene, and then after the fact going, why did I do that? I hope I'm
I
not.
thought you told me you would recreate that for us here. The chair. Is that later?
Oh no, I'll do
Okay.
it, and then I'll go home and cry doubly
We could
hard.
use this popcorn thing basically.
Is
to
this
hide
is it
things.
real?
It's not real, so don't touch it.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah, don't
Look at that.
don't spoil the magic.
But that's so was it real? And then
Once.
you've sprayed it.
Once it
with
was real.
Once it was real.
And now it's
It's like
What?
those owls.
What do you spray it with that it doesn't just start to decompose?
something we're not supposed to use. So I don't want.
I'm breathing it in right now.
That's you are. Yeah, it was sprayed a long time ago. Believe me, you're safe.
It's good
not to
spray,
do it.
like a lacquer.
See, I think all those scenes are, like the dirtiest or silliest moments are meant to symbolize something deeper, which is it's everything you wouldn't do on a first date. It's everything that you don't do while the romance is alive. And so when you're with someone for a really long time, the rules slowly change, and you're also depressed that like romance is changing, and you are comfortable asking somebody to look at something, but there's other
that they might
results
not
of
really
that.
And that's I think in a good healthy marriage, there will be times when you have to ask your spouse, what is this? What does that look like? And I mean, there's something beautiful in the intimacy of that. And it might be disgusting or embarrassing, but it's pretty incredible that you could feel comfortable enough in front of somebody to say, check this out.
There he is, the writer and the director, and he's saying, you're going to be me, but I'm wondering, there must be a little you, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's, there are aspects of my own marriage that are in it that were knocked up that I think seem to be somewhat universal for couples that have been together for a long time.
Can you give us an example?
I mean, there's no as far as specifics.
The fantasy baseball.
Yeah, like more knocked up. There was some specific stuff, but we spend a lot of time and have spent a lot of time over the years, getting together and talking about this stuff. What are some things in our lives that we contend with? What are some things about us that our wives don't like? And
Is
Judd.
that possible?
Is it possible?
What is it that your wives don't like about it?
About us. Well, one thing that's in the movie is a lot of hiding feelings, hiding when things go wrong, not wanting to be ashamed of not doing well. That's something that is a common theme.
Well, Knocked Out too, I remember that scene with you and Leslie where you snuck off to the movies without her.
Yeah.
I never do that, but I think about doing it. I think
That's worse. It's a
yeah,
sin.
exactly. I think I could say I have a meeting and go see the master again. And but I never do it because I'm so scared that she has some technology to track my cell phone.
She probably does.
She'll say, shouldn't we all have that thing on our phone where we can know where each other are? But really, she's just going to see AMC Theater.
She'd be mad if you just said, I'm going to go see the master.
Well, it's
Again, he said.
It's always how busy are we with the kids, and are we balancing workload? If I've been gone, hanging out, having fun, and then I'm like, and on top of that, 0 dark 30 by myself. I don't get that free pass.
Now, you can't even do that now, can you? Because you're on stage in Grace.
Right.
So, what time do you have for yourself?
People think, well, you do the play at night.
They do.
And it gives you your days free, but that's a myth. It really, I don't feel like the entire day kind of is, revolves around the play. And I also have 2 little kids, so I try and be around during the day. I'm not going to go see 0 dark 30, even though I want to. I would love to go.
You haven't even seen the master once, then.
I haven't
You're
seen the
just
master.
busy.
No, it's true. That's the biggest drag I think about just busy schedules and I love having children, but it's really cut into my movie going.
There's a great
It's
scene.
just,
But you
said
said
that
Frank
great.
and Weenie 11 times.
That's great. Get rid of them. But I want to go back to that first thing, and I want you both to recreate it. That first moment where you two met each other. It must be so dramatic.
Many years ago, I was at a dinner, and I was talking about fake names, and how I think to come up with a really great fake name is its own specific kind of talent. And I said, I think the funniest fake name is Gurn Blanston, which was from a Steve Martin record, where he said that was his real name. And somebody at the dinner said, oh, that explains Judd Apatow's email address. And I knew who Judd was, because I think at that time you had done Freaks and Geeks and
Undeclared.
Had you done Undeclared at that point?
Yeah, I was in the middle of that.
Oh, okay. Because I remember Ben Stiller show, and I knew who. Anyway, I went home and then just emailed him and said, "Way to go on the Steve Martin reference for your email address," and then you email me back, And then we kept in touch for like a year or so.
Then we were on
Always
John
email.
John Favreau's show, Dinner for Five.
Yeah.
And that's right when we were casting Anchorman, and I met Paul
But I
at
met-
his audition.
Yeah, at the audition for the Anchorman. So it was weird. Like went into the room to audition for Anchorman, and you were there. And it was the first time I met you, but I felt as if I like had a pen pal already. And it was like meeting, your Asian pen pal. You just brought you blue jeans from my country.
Stars, there in the moonlight, a fugitive running, alone in the dark.